Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got game one of a three-game series in the post-1961 Apba League. The Los Angeles Angels travel to Cleveland to take on the Indians. And leading off for the Angels, playing left field is Estrada. Batting second, doing the catching is Downing. Batting third, playing center field is Trout. Batting fourth, playing right field is Anderson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Joyner. Batting sixth, playing third base is DeSensei. Batting seventh, playing second base is Gritch. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Abreu. And batting ninth, the lefty. And doing the pitching is TANANA. And let's take a look at the hometown Cleveland Indians starting lineup. Leading off, playing center field is Lofton. Batting second, playing shortstop is Lindor. Batting third, playing left field is Ramirez. Batting fourth, playing first base is Hafner. Batting fifth, playing right field is Carter. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Alomar. Batting seventh, playing second base is Barger. Batting eighth, playing third base is Hara. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is KLUBER. Let's get down here to Cleveland, get this game started. And Estrada's going to lead it off for the Angels. Batting 304, off to a good start with a home run and RBI. KLUBER, this is his second appearance. He's got one win with a 2 ERA. And here's the pitch to Estrada. Now it's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Estrada. Leads off the game. He's down at first with nobody out for Brian Downey. And Downing's batting 304 with no homers and 3 RBI. And he gets a hold of this, folks. And Corey's getting lit up here early. And that ball is rocketed out to right field. And with Estrada's speed, he might score here. Take a look. That'll be a 42. 24. Does he want to take a chance here? He's going to stop at third with nobody out. They're not going to take the chance here. So you're going to have second and third, nobody out. And the big boy Mike Trout coming up. Don't want to get a potential run thrown out with Mike Trout coming up to the plate. And don't even give him a chance to drive it in. So second and third, nobody out. Trout batting 214. Does have 3 homers and 8 RBIs though. And they're going to keep the infield back early in the game here. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Matter of fact, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Big strikeout there by Corey. Out number 1. Now you got Gary Anderson up with 1 out and runner still at second and third, batting 292. 2 homers and 7 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty at 18. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Brian Downing with 1 out here. Is he going to try to score? And he got up after Wally World's up. 22. 22 is a 44. And he's going to stop. So that's going to be an RBI single. And you got runners at first and third. And 1 out. If there was 2 outs, we'd probably send him. But with 1 out, we're going to give Wally World a chance. Wally Joyner batting 304 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a 37. The team will be an 8, 10, 15, 24, 32, 34, 36. I'll be fielding column 1. Runner called off first if held on. So they picked the runner off at first. Pick the runner off at first. So Now there's 2 outs and a runner down at third. How about that? Now Joyner has to get a base hit to drive him in. Wally ready for the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He'll take it himself for the out. And the Angels strand one. They do score one, but they was looking for more than that with second and third and only 1 out. So the Angels won. And Indians coming to bat. The Indians got Lofton, Lindor, and Ramirez due up. Kenny Lofton off to a slow start. He's batting 194 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Frank Tanana's making his second appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.12 ERA. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Trout comes in, makes the catch for out number 1. And next up is Lindor, off to a great start, batting .556 with a homer and 1 RBI. And he's going to, against the lefty, 10, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So you got Lindor down at first and 1 out for Manny Ramirez. And Downey doesn't have a very good arm. That'll be a 30. And I think Lindor is going to take off. 56 or lower. He's safe. And he throws him out. Brian Downing throws Lindor out. And that's out number 2. And Manny now with nobody on and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Abreu's got it. He fires over to first, and that's it. So the single goes nowhere, and it's 1-0. Angels as we go to the top of the second with the Sensei Grich and Abreu due up. And the Sensei 240 with a homer and 3 RBI. And that's going to be against a righty. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Corey's got it, tosses it over to Wally for out number 1. Hafner rather. And now you got Bobby Grich up, and Bobby's batting 167. 2 homers and 5 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down to Toby at third. He fires over to Hafner, and there's quickly 2 outs here. Eric Ibar's up. And Ibar's 217 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Corey strikes him out, and there's ends the inning. We go to the top of the third. You got Hafner, Carter, and Alomar due up. Hafner batting 167 with a homer and 4 RBIs. That'll be a infield hit for Travis. He's aboard here. Lead off to second, and that brings up Joe Carter. And Joe Carter's batting 107 with 1 homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Mike Trout makes the catch for out number 1. As Greg stops by here. Oh, not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. And Sandy Alomar is 0 for 8, looking for his first hit. He got a runner down at first and 1 out. And they're going to do a little hit and run, try to get Sandy's back going here. That's going to be a 17. That's going to be a let's see here, 21. And that'll be a center fielder 21. That's going to be the old 27. That's okay. Might be a double play ball here. 34 to shortstop. Yep, that's going to be the old double play. That's a line drive at short, and Travis can't get back. So it's going to be an L6 double play. And that'll win the inning. And Alomar can't buy a hit, folks. Hits into the double play. We go to the top of the third. It's still 1-0 Angels. You got TANANA due up, followed by Estrada and Downing. And Frank is 0 for 2 on the year. And that'll be 0 for 3 as that's a ground ball back to Corey. He throws out his counterpart for out number 1. And Darren's up. And Estrada, he singled and came around the score in the first. And that's going to be a base on balls. He'll take it and walk on down the first. Now you got Brian Downing up. And Brian doubled and drove him in. Well, didn't drive him in, just hit a double his first time up. Here's the pitch to Brian. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Now there's 2 outs. And Estrada thinks he's going to take off. That'll be a 29. He's going to try to get in scoring position for Trout here. 29, a 55 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base, so he gets in scoring position for Mike Trout. So runner down at second and 2 outs. And Mike Trout is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Mike. And that's going to be another base on balls. And all of a sudden, Corey's walking himself into a mess here. First and second. And 2 outs for Anderson. And Mr. Anderson's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And not this time. That's going to be hit down the third. 51 and a 5. That'll be fielding column 1. He'll go the short way over to second. No, he'll step on the bag himself. So Toby's going to take it himself, and that ends the inning, folks. And the Angels strand too. We go to the bottom of the third. They're still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Marger, Herrera, and Kluber due up. And Carlos is batting .375 on the year, folks, with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Doug's up with it. Fires over the first for out number 1. Now you got Toby Hara up. And Toby's batting .167 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. But that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Sorry, that'll be a base hit in the left field. So Toby's aboard here with 1 out. Corey's going to try to bunt him over to second. Kluber's 0 for 4 on the year. And that's going to be at 23. Sacrifice. And that's going to be a 2-base error. That's going to be a throwing error on Kluber. Well, let's see, a 62 and a 1. Yep, it's going to be a throwing error on Kluber. So the runner's going to get down the third. The batter's going to get down the second. So now you got second and third. Only 1 out, and the top of the order's up. Kenny Lofton. They're going to keep the infield. They're going to bring the infield in. What the hell? Try to cut off the run. Kenny's 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Estrada on left. That'll be fielding column 2. And re-roll a dice here. A 242. 25. So they're both going to tag up here. They're going to try to throw the runner out at the plate. A 25. That will be a 51 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there. So the runners tag up. Now you got a runner down at third in a 1-1 game with 2 outs. And you got Lindor up. And Lindor, he's singled and got caught stealing his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Estrada. And that'll end the inning. But the Tribe score 1. Tie this ball game up at 1 apiece. So we get to the top of the 4th. You got Wally World due up joiner to Sensei and Grich. And Wally is 0 for 1. He grounded out to his counterpart the first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Toby. Fires across the diamond for out number 1. And Doug the Sensei comes up. Doug grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. You see Cleveland's upcoming schedule. Got 2 more games here at home against the Angels. Then Seattle comes to town. And that's high. That ball is far. That ball is back. Kiss it goodbye, Doug the Sensei, with a 2-run shot. Gives the Angels a 3-1 lead. Now you got Bobby Grich up with nobody on and 1 out. Now Grich is 0 for 1. And that's going to come back. Corey's going to strike him out. He settles down after the homer. And Eric comes up. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Not this time. He squares this one up. See where this one's going to end up in Cleveland. And that's going to be an infield hit. Lindor does a nice job. Knocks it down, but can't throw him out. And Eric's aboard here with 2 outs. And Frank Tanana's up now. And Frank, the worst, gets the pitcher out of the way. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a 21. The runner down at first. First baseman, a 15 and a 2. He terrible first baseman, but he makes a damn nice play there. That's going to be a single as Hafner's able to knock it down. And that saved a double. So Tanana says we don't need no stinking DH. He gets a board here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now you got first and second. And Estrada's up. And Darren's 1 for 1. He has walked, scored, and stolen a base in this game. And he gets a hold of this one. And all of a sudden, KLUBER's having trouble here in the 4th, folks. And that's going to be a double in the right field. And that should probably score everybody. We'll check it out here. It'll be a 51 with 2 outs. .32. So a 62 or lower. Frank scores. And he's in there. That's a 2 RBI double by Darren. And all of a sudden now, they double the fun, double the lead with double mint gum here, folks. And Estrada's down at second in a 4-1 ball game. That's what you say. Our pitcher kept this inning alive, folks, because we don't need no stinking DH. And now you got Brian Downing up. He's doubled in this game. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be 21 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. No, ground ball down the first. Hafner's up with it, tosses it over to Corey. But 3 runs come in. They had a homer and a 2 RBI double. And it's 4-1 Angels as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You got Ramirez, Hafner, and Carter due up. Manny, he grounded out. He's 0 for 1 today. That's going to be a ground ball down to the Sensei. He's up with it cleanly, fires over to Wally for out number 1. And Travis Hafner's up now. Excuse me, he singled his first time up. He's going to get a hold of this one also. Travis having a good game. That's going to be a double in the right field. 1 out double with a runner in scoring position here. And Joe Carter comes to the plate. See if he can cut this lead to 2. Trailing by 3. Carter's 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Trout. He gets to it, makes the catch. And now there's 2 down. Take a 2-out base hit by Alomar. Alomar lined into a double play. He is 0 for 9 on the year, folks. And he's going to be 0 for 10 because that's a fly ball out to Darren and left, and that'll end the inning. Travis gets stranded at second at the end of 4. It's 4-1 Cleveland. Sorry, 4-1 Angels. Get that right. And the Angels got the big boys coming up. Trout, Anderson, and Joyner. Trout's 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out yet to put the ball in play. And still hasn't, because that's a swing and a miss. Kluber strikes him out for out number 1. And that's the 5th strikeout for Kluber. And Garrett Anderson. Mr. Anderson's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Anderson walks on down to first as Wally Joyner comes to the plate. And they're going to do a little hit and run here, trying to stay out of the double play. With Joyner up. See if he can take advantage here. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Runner hustles back to first. Now there's 2 down. And Doug DeSensei's up. And DeSensei, he's 1 for 2. He homered his last time up. And that's just going to be a ground ball down to Lindor. He'll fire across the diamond. They get Doug. And the Angels strand 1 to the bottom of the 5th we go. Varger, Herrero, and Kluber do up the bottom 3rd. And Carlos 0 for 1 grounded out. And that's going to be another ground ball, and again down the 3rd. The Sensei's up to the task, makes the play, and there's 1 down. And Toby Harrah, I always liked old Toby Harrah. He comes up to the plate, batting .286, no homers and no RBI. That's going to be a fly ball out to Anderson, and Mr. Anderson's out there, makes the catch. Quickly 2 down here in the 5th. And Corey comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He did reach on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Wally. He calls off Frank, takes it himself. And a 1-2-3 5th. To the top of the 6th we go. We got Gritch, Abreu, and Tanana. The bottom 3rd due up here for the Angels. Bobby's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground fly ball out to Lofton. He makes the catch for out number 1. See LA coming schedule. They got 2 more games here in Cleveland. Then they go to New York for 1 game. Then they go back home and play Tampa Bay. So that's a strange schedule. As Robert joins us here. Oh, cool. Hope you're enjoying it. If you got any questions, Robert, just ask. It's a great engine. I enjoy playing it with the board game companion. Great value. I think it's the best value out there. You get 3 or 4 games in one. Get the board game companion, the engine itself, and Status Pro Advanced. Eric's up. He's 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Manny. And Manny makes the catch for out number 1. Out number 2, rather. That brings up Frank Tanana. He singled and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Manny again. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th in a 4-1 ball game. Got the top of the order due up, though. You got Lofton, Lindor, and Ramirez. And Kenny's 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice flies last time up, though. 1 RBI on the game. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Garrett Anderson's there. Camp's under it. Makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Mr. Lindor, he's 1 for 2. Got caught stealing back in the first. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Lindor's back on base again. And is he going to try Brian for the second time here? I think he is. He's going to try to get in scoring position. Brian threw him out the first time. See if he can throw him out again here. And that'll be a 56 or lower. And he's in there safely this time. It'll be a stolen base. So now you got a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Manny Ramirez. And Manny's 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice. Cool. Yeah, just get your images and put them in a file in Digital Diamond and name that file. I always name it the season or card set I'm playing. Like this is the post 1961 card set, and it automatically puts them in there. Yeah, just like I say, get the images and put them in Digital Diamond's player picks and create a subfolder. Yep. Yep. And another thing I do is you can see on the screen, I put all the Apba ratings in the notes. That way you don't have to look at the cards. Everything's right there on the screen for you. I got both the basic and master game symbols up there right now. Like Trout's outfield 3 plus his arm rating. You got TANANA, and when playing the basic, he's a grade A. The master game, he's a 16. Pitcher 1 XYZ. So that's my biggest recommendation. Like I say, is put them in the notes. Takes a little bit of time at the beginning, but at the end, it saves you from flipping through the cards, trying to find their ratings and all that. Now you got Manny up with 1 out and Lindor down at second. And that's going to be a base on balls. Frank's walking himself into some trouble here. Does set up the ground ball double play. Travis definitely don't have great speed. That might be the only advantage of walking Manny, not letting him drive in some runs. But Travis is 2 for 2 today. He has singled and doubled his last time up. And that's going to be 17. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And that's going to fill the bases up, folks, as Lindor's going to stop. So bases are loaded for Joe Carter. And the Angels definitely need a double play here to get out of this mess. Can Frank get one here? Nowhere to put Carter. You got Lindor down at third, Ramirez at second, Hafner at first, and Carter at the plate. Carter's 0 for 2. He has flown out the center both times. And that's going to be a infield 7, 8, 13, 22, 35. That'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be a foul ball. Down the first baseline, Bobby Grich goes out, makes the catch, and the runners will have to hold. That's a big out there, folks. Nice play by Bobby. Now there's 2 down, the infield's back, and Alomar's up. And Sandy, this is not who you want up here if you're an Indians fan. 0 for 2 today, 0 for 10 on the year. And he's going to be 0 for 11 because that's a ground ball down the short. He shuttles it over the Bobby, and that'll end the inning. The Tribe lead the bases loaded and trail this game 4-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. And you got Estrada due up here, followed by Downing and Trout at the top of the order. And Corey is due up third, so they like to see him get through this seventh inning. Darren's 2 for 2. He's got 2 RBIs on the day. He's walked, he has stolen a base, and came around to score. He's having one hell of a game. And that'll be a rare play. 40 and a 46. 4. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Ramirez makes the catch for out number 1. And now you got Brian Downing up. And Brian's 1 for 3 with a double in this game. Can Brian do something here? And that's going to be a base on balls. That is the 4th walk given up by Corey. And now Mike Trout comes to the plate. And Mike is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out twice. Do something this time. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes, as Corey can't find the strike zone all of a sudden. And he comes back and strikes Trout out after falling behind 2-0. He strikes him out for out number 2. Mike having a tough game here at the plate. Struck out for the 3rd time, gets the old hat trick. And Anderson's up. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Toby fires over the 2nd, and that'll end the inning, folks. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-1 Angels. Got the bottom 3rd of the order due up here. Carlos, Toby, and Corey. I have a pitch hitter for Corey. Carlos is 0 for 2, grounded out the 3rd both times. And that's a base on balls. And Frank with his 2nd walk of the game. Frank hasn't struck out a single batter yet. That's amazing. Now Toby's up. And Toby is 1 for 2 on the game. And that's going to be talking about not striking anybody out. That's a strikeout. He strikes out Toby for out number 1. Now we'll have a pitch hitter here for Corey. See who's going to come off the bench here and face the lefty. Most of the righties are in the game. And it's going to be Albert Bell, that is. See if Albert Bell can get them back in this game, trailing by 3. Runner down at first and 1 out. And Albert's batting .227. He does have 3 homers and 6 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a 40. The runner down at first. The team was a 35. 30. I'll be fielding column 1 on a 40. And that is, what is his wild pitch? We don't have his wild pitch on there. I'm going to have to straighten that out. He's a wild pitch 1. Give me a second here. Redo these notes. Here's a little behind the scenes, Robert. I got Frank's notes messed up here. We'll have to correct it. So we go to player editor. And we'll get rid of this so you can see here. We'll go to player editor. Go to the Angels. Find Frank here. Go to player notes. Instead of that being a M, that should be a W for wow pitch rating. And that should be a W for wow pitch rating. Save that. And we'll get back to the game now. And that wasn't a wow pitch. So that's going to be a rare play. We go back to the game. So 61 is a 40. And that'll be a 52 and a 40. 52 and a 40 here. That's going to be a fly ball out to center right field. You got Anderson out there. And that's going to be a nice catch out there by Anderson. He just robbed Albert of a base hit. Garrett, nice play. Makes 2 down now. A runner still at first. So now you got a runner down at first. Oh, you're welcome, Robert. Like I say, you got any questions, just give me a holler. Glad to help you. I do have a video on here about how to import players and all. Let me see here. Try to put it in the chat here. Link to the video. Give me 1 second here. And there's a link for you. And if you got any more questions, just let me know, bud. So now you got 2-ounce Kenny Lofton's up in a 4-1 ball game with Carlos down at first. And Kenny 0 for 2. He does have a sacrifice fly. He's flown out both times, and he gets a hold of this one. Kenny does. Where's this one going to land at? And that's going to be a single in the right field. And he's going to stop at second. Not going to try to take a chance of getting thrown out here. His run means nothing. So a single in the right field, first and second. Tying run comes to the plate. And you got Lindor, who's having a good game. He's 2 for 3. Can Francisco do something here when a 4-1 ball game? Let's see if Frank can get out of this with nobody scoring. And no, because Lindor squares this one up. And that's high. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Francisco Lindor has just tied this ball game up, folks. Frank TANANA was cruising through 6. Just gives up a 3-run homer with 2 outs. And this game's tied up at 4 apiece. And these damn Indians, they can hit the ball out of the park. That's for darn sure. And now you got nobody on and 2 outs for Manny. And Manny's 0 for 2. Get rid of this. Sorry about that. And here's the pitch to Manny. And that's going to be a rare play. Another 40 and a 23. And that's going to be a ball 1. So he falls behind on Manny. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And he comes back and strikes Manny out. But he gives up a 3-run homer to the Lindor, and this ball game is tied up as we go to the 8th inning. It's 4 apiece. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here for the Indians. You got the lefty and then 2 righties due up. And Klaus is going to come out of the bullpen. Bring on a righty here. Bring on the righty. So Klaus is 0-2. No record with 1 save and no ERA. He's got Joyner, the Sensei, and Gritch due up. Wally's 0-3 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Joyner out for out number 1. Doug, the Sensei, comes up now. He's 1-3 with a homer back in the 4th. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So Doug gets aboard here with a 1-out single. So the go-ahead runs down at first for Bobby Gritch. And Bobby is 0-3 today. He is flown out, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby strikes out for the 2nd time. So it's up to Eric here. And can Abreu do something? He's 1-3. Singled and came around the score back in the 4th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, I believe. Yep, he strikes him out. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-4 ball game. Frank TANANA is due to lead off the top of the 9th. Can he get through this 8th inning here, folks? He's got Hafner, Carter, and Alomar. Travis is hitting good. He's 3-3 with a double and 2 singles. And he finally gets him out. A swing and a miss. Frank strikes him out for out number 1. Now you got Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter's 0-3. He's flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Trout for out number 2. And Sandy Alomar comes to the plate, 0-3. He's lined into a double play, flown out, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a rare play, a 12 and a 38. That's going to be hit down to, let's see the team here, 7, 8. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Estrada makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Frank. So he can't lose it. They could still win this game for Frank here. We'll have a pitch hitter for him. So he's going to come out of the dugout here. And Otani's coming out of the dugout. See if Otani can get something started here in the 9th in a 4-4 ball game. You see the team comparisons there. Angels are 3-5, 35 runs, 12 homers, 5 stolen bases have been caught once. Cleveland 4-3, 43 runs, 20 homers entering this game, folks. They have been hitting the ball out of the park, and they've done it again today with that 3-run homer and 5 stolen bases haven't been caught. Otani's off to a slow start, batting 154 with 2 homers, though, and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be well hit. So Otani's going to get aboard here with a infield hit. Knocked down there by Travis. Travis does a nice job, but not going to beat Otani back to the bag. So Otani's down at first, and Darren Estrada's up. What's his? Can't see his move factor. 0. So that would be a 27. Estrada's 2 for 3. He's got a 2 RBI double in this game. Can he do it again, folks? That is the question. Do we want to start Otani? That's the other question. We're going to do a hit and run here. And a 26 and a 12, a 24 and a 2, 24 and a 2. That's fielding column 2 on a hit and run. Out at first, the runner will get down to second as Hafner gets it, tosses it over to Klaus. And now there's 1 out and a runner in scoring position for Brian Downey. And Brian's 1 for 3. He's got a double in this game. And here's the pitch to Brian. And that ball's well hit, and with Otani's speed, he should score even on a single. And that ball is driven into the gap, and you don't have to worry about that. That's an RBI double. And Brian Downing has just given the Angels a 5-4 lead, and he's still down at second with 1 out. And Mike Trout. Mike Trout's having a rough game, folks. He's 0 for 3. He struck out all 3 times. He has walked in this game. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a 40. That's going to be a team. Let's see here. 8, 10, 15, 24, 32, 34, 36. That'll be fielding 1. Pass ball. Nope, that's going to be a rare play. So a 21 and a 25. A 40 and a 25. 40 and a 25. That's going to be hit out to center field. Kenny Lofton's out there. And 45 and a 3 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a fly out. Lofton makes the catch for out number 2. Brian will stay put. Now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at second. And you got Mr. Anderson, Garrett Anderson up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll end the inning, but the RBI double by Downing gives the Angels a 1-run lead here as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Mr. Harvey's coming out of the bullpen, I believe. Yep. Harvey comes out of the bullpen to try to nail this game down. He's got the bottom third of the order to deal with here. And where's Harvey at? There he is. Yeah, they sure do, Greg. Like I say, they got a lot of power, this team does. They can easily bounce back here with their power. Let's see if Carlos is going to hit here. That is the question. And Jason's going to come off the bench and hit for Carlos. So Jason comes off the bench. Carlos comes out of the game. Jason, the lefty's going to come out. And Knips batting .375 with no homers and 1 RBI. Oh, did you? Good ball player. Yep. So Jason, 375, no homers, and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Wally. And that'll be out number 1. He takes it himself. Toby. Toby going to hit for himself here. Whereas the other, Ramirez, who's he going to? Toby's 1 for 3. Toby's going to hit for himself. I'm going to let Toby hit for himself. He's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Toby out. That's out number 2. And the Indians are down to their last at bat, last out. Let's see who's going to come out of the dugout here against Harvey. In a 1-run game. You got Grady Sizemore. And they're going to bring out the big lefty. Jim Tomei is going to come off the bench here. See if Jim can tie this ball game up. Tomei's off to a great start this year, batting .400. He's got 4 homers and 8 RBIs. 2 down, nobody on, and the Angels are leading 5-4. Here's the pitch to Jim, and that's going to be a ground ball down the dug. He takes his time, picks it up, fires over to Wally World, and that's your ball game, folks. The Angels hang on to win this game 5-4. Here at the box score. And the Angels, 5 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. The Indians, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Top of the order for the Angels came through, didn't they? 2 for 4 each of them, Estrada and Downing. Doug DeSensei, 2 for 4 and a homer. And the Angels, 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Got the job done, didn't they? Left 7 men on base. And Francisco Lindor had the game, tried to win this game all by himself. He was 3 for 4 with a 3-run homer, folks. And the Indians were only 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. Frank TANANA was able to get the win. He's 2-0. Went 8 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, walked 2, struck out 3, and gave up a homer. Harvey comes in, pitches 1 inning, gets his first save of the year, and with a strikeout. Kluber, he pitched 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 4, struck out 6, gave up a homer. And Klaus comes in and gets his first loss of the year. He's 0-1. 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 4. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the American League. And the Yankees are 5 games up on Boston. 5 games up on the Blue Jays, 5.5 up on Boston. The Orioles are 6 games back, Tampa Bay 7. And in the Central, the Tigers are a half a game up on KC. Indians and Twins are now a game and a half back after the loss. White Sox are 2.5 games back. And the Rangers are now 2 games up on the Angels after the win. The Mariners 3 games back, and the A's 4 games back. Vernon Wells is leading the American League with a .344 average. And like I say, you got these Indians. Look at that. Ramirez. Then you got Maris and Abreu with 5 homers. And Roger Maris leading the American League with 13 RBIs. And the ERA leader right now is Dave Price, still at 0. Got more than 10 pitchers with 2 wins, and JJ with the Mariners with 4 saves on the year. Right now, Derek Jeter's leading the league in the MVP voting, and his teammate Whitey Ford, chairman of the board, is leading in the Cy Young. Next game we'll have on the channel will be game number 2 of this series. We'll check out the pitching matchup here. And it's going to be Messerschmidt going up against Lee. So that should be a nice matchup. Andy Messerschmidt going up against Mr. Lee, Cliff Lee. I want to thank Greg and Robert for stopping by here today. If you're new to the channel, folks, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost nothing. Hit that like button. It helps the channel out, and hit that bell for reminders. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.